All right, third video starting with lesson 7.2, horizontal and vertical lines. We will be extending all of these lines and labeling them again. Okay, so the first one says extend GK to create line P. So I'm just gonna make a line going up and down right here. Make some arrows. Let's call this P. Next, I'm going to do GH and call it Q. Make some arrows and call it Q. FJ to make R. Do this side line right here. Put some arrows, call it R. And the last one, KL, to call it S. Good. Do myself a favor. I'm going to cross out K, L, F, J, G, and H, just so I could pay attention to these new labelings of my lines. I'll circle them real quick. This is P, S, R, and Q. Don't look at any other thing. Something like that. Great. Next, we are going to talk, we're not going to do number 2. Starting with number 3. Describe the slope of any horizontal line. Some of us don't even know what a horizontal line is. I'm going to help us. Don't forget that in our word horizontal, there's this key thing called horizon. Hopefully you know when the sun sets, it's called the horizon, and usually we see the sun going something like this. Draw a nice little picture for you. We see the sun setting something like this. And it looks real beautiful, doesn't it? Something like that. That's where they get the horizontal line vocabulary word from. So, which of our lines right here from Q, R, S, and P look like this horizon line? Hopefully you could tell I drew a line going side to side, left to right, and the only lines that are like that are S, R, and Q. Now the slope is what we do have to remember. It does take a little bit of trying to figure it out. Now, I did hook up a couple people. I said, hey, don't forget to do your slope guy. Slope guy looks something like this. Positive slope with the numbers going up. Negative slope is coming down. An undefined slope is up and down, and a zero slope is side to side. Kind of makes a face, which is pretty cool. So positive up, negative down, undefined up and down, zero side to side. And the only one that the S, R, and Q look like is the side to side of a zero slope. So I am going to say this is a zero slope. And I also want to write the equations for each one of them. Starting with the first one, line S. If I see this line S, it will hit this number right here, boom, number 12. What number 12 is hitting is also on the y-axis, so I can literally write that as an equation, y equals 12 for line S. Give yourself a quick second. Maybe you know how to do R and Q. Pause the video, think about it real quick. Where are they hitting? Pause the video. Hopefully you can see that line R is hitting 8 at the Y. So similar to S, this is Y equals 8. And the last one, Q, is hitting 4 on the Y. So that makes it Y equals 4. Pretty straightforward. I love it. Skipping number 4, going to number 5. Skipping number 4. Number 5 is, what is the slope of the vertical line? Our vertical line is going up and down. We talked about it right here in the slope guy's face. So if we know that these lines right here, the zero slope because it's going side to side, and our vertical line is going up and down, that kind of looks like his nose. And the U is right there. Undefined. So we're going to say line P is our vertical line. Sorry for my handwriting. Line P is our vertical line. Slope is undefined. Now, what can we assume from this line? It's hitting at 4. But where is it hitting at 4? On my X. So similar to the Y equals equations, it's kind of similar except it starts with an X equals. Coming down here, my equation will be X equals 4. Definitely consider searching this up. It is pretty good information. Just remember, horizontal is side to side, vertical is up and down, and we should be good to go. Looking at number 6, we are going to skip this just for time's sake. Skipping number 7, of course, if you want to be an all-star, you can definitely consider that. But I do want to focus on number 8, 9, and 10 because these are all star level questions, okay? Of course, we will definitely show you how to strategically plan for these type of questions with multiple choice, but I do want you to be able to discover this a little bit. I'm going to bring out my Desmos real quick, and I'm going to type in exactly what it's telling me for number 8. So it says, write an equation for a horizontal line and an equation for a vertical line that passes through this point. What's super cool is if I type in the first one, the coordinate 2, -1, I have a point pop out right here. And that's my coordinate right there. All we got to do now is just figure out, okay, what exactly is it asking for? If we come back to our first page, we should be able to recognize what a horizontal is and what a vertical is. So let's play with a couple of things right here. We can easily draw a line coming down and a line going side to side, but you need to be able to figure out that, bam, horizontal line is going like this, so I know it's y equals -1. And there's my line that pops out, so I get to write that down real quick. Horizontal, I'll put h, is y equals -1. My vertical is coming straight down right here. We can just put it on this third one. X equals hitting 2. I'm going to put 2. And we can see that it's going through that point that we labeled. And we wrote both the horizontal and the vertical line. Pause the video, reflect a little bit, going to the next one. Very, very intense, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to keep trying. Write an equation that is perpendicular to the line given, x equals 5. I could type that in right here. X equals 5. Type it in. Gave me this line. Pretty interesting. On the second portion, I'll type in the point that says 1, 0. You should be able to see this on Schoology. And we have a line popping right here. A point popping out right here. So we need to create a 90-degree angle, which is doing this type of paper 90 degrees going through that line. Now, it is a little difficult to see. So let's go ahead and analyze this point and put both, and you tell me what we're doing. So I know that x equals 1, so I'm going to type that in. X equals 1. Is this perpendicular? No, it is not. If I try doing this, this is not what I want. These lines are actually parallel, which is not what I want right there. So it's not x equals 1. So I'm going to erase that. Let's try y equals 0. There's that nice line that came out. Lines going across right here. I'll take off the colors, you can see it. Boom, 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 boom. And I can fit in a paper right here, creating that 90-degree angle right there. It looks gorgeous. Boom. Very difficult, but definitely rewatch it. But y equals 0 is my answer, and we'll go over more strategies in the near future on how to analyze this. One more just for fun. Definitely pause the video if it's too much. Take your time, no worries. Type it in this equation, y equals -2. We see a line popping out. It's saying perpendicular, so we want to have a line coming up and down that's perpendicular to this horizontal line. Typing in 5,6 in the second part. We can see that point coming up right here. That 0.56, we should be able to draw a line coming straight down. We know it's going to hit 5. So what do I want to write? Do I write y equals 5 or x equals 5? Let's check it out. Y equals 5. That's up there. Doesn't even come close to the point that I want. So we know that's wrong. X equals 5. Boom. I love it. Answer is x equals 5 for number 10. Definitely consider trying it over and over again. Please ask your teachers, Mr. Ballman, Mr. Bolden. If you're staying for tutorials, I love to see you all, so make sure you need to ask me on this. This was the longest video. Checking out for the last one.